Okay, 2023 Global Hunger Index. India was 113 out of 126 country. For 126 country, the hunger, how much people are hungry, they are not able to get the food. Around the world, it was calculated for 123 country. If someone is 126 country in 2023, and out of that, if any country is toward the 126th position, then he is very hungry. People are not getting food. At 0th location or first location, country is a rich country and they have lot of food to be eaten. Now 2025 data is more or less released only, and they have calculated for 123 country. Among 123 country, I believe India is 102. India is India is little better of 2023. 2024, I believe it was 106, and in 2025 it is 102. So only 21 countries are there in the world which have worse food to eat by the people. Means they are more hungry than India. Otherwise, 101 countries around the world, they are better fed as far as their people are concerned. This is what the data is showing now. The question is arising, how global hunger index, the ranking is calculated. Now, then I saw that there is something called GHI, Global Hunger Index. There is a number that against each country they calculate. And based upon that number, if number is high, then you will go in a higher side of the ranking in the worldwide. Means you do not have food to eat. If it tends to zero, then you are a rich country. What is GHI? How GHI Global Hunger Index is calculated? If I say what is the proof that India is 102 among the worldwide country, what parameter you take to say that India is 102? Because Indian government, they have many times they have opposed this global hunger ranking, global hunger index ranking around the world that is being released everywhere, that this is a fake data. India is a prosperous country. India is going to become a developed country. How Indians do not have food to eat? Everyone is very happy. Okay, everyone has average salary at I believe 18,000 rupees per month. Everyone. We have made a video on that also. That how India per capita income is 18,000 rupees per month, and then we said that 87% of wealth of India is in hand of 5% people only. Now 95% of people are in 13% of the wealth. So actual the data of the per capita income of India is 18,000 rupees into 13%. It will come around 2%, 2,000 or something like that. 2,000 rupees per month is the average income of an Indian right now. If I take the global, means 50% of the people, if I take, that is for data for 95% people, 2,000 rupees per month. If I take 50% of people, they may not get 500 rupees also per month. Half of the Indian, they are not able to get 500 rupees per month also. That's why half of the people India, they starve. They have only one time food to eat, not two times. Half of the population of India. Okay, in that manner, now India comes in the very serious. If we go with the seriousness of the, if we go of the seriousness of the hungerness, then India stands in the last section. Very serious. Condition of India in hungerness is very serious when it is 102 out of 123 countries. Then I was searching how they calculate that India is in ranking of 102. Then I saw they calculated GHI, Global Hunger Index, for each country. How GHI is calculated, that we will see. Because it is important to understand that how the committee or the group or the organization, they calculate, they rank every country under the hungerness. Okay, there are many criteria they take into the picture to calculate the GHI, Global Hunger Index, that comes in percentage. More percentage a country has, more hungry it is. Less percent or 0%, the country is prosperous as far as food is concerned. So India comes toward the end only. Let's see how GHI is calculated. Okay, if I take the calculation of GHI, Global Hunger Index calculation worldwide, okay, first I will read it out. What is the intention of calculating GHI, Global Hunger Index? GHI is intended to raise awareness and understanding of the struggle against hunger, provide a way to compare level of hunger between countries and regions, and call attention to those areas of the world where hunger level where the hunger level up highest and where the need for the additional effort to eliminate the hunger is greatest. The aim of calculating GHI against each country to mark against each country that whose people are suffering from hunger, so that raise a concern that this country has to take care of the people because we are finding them suffering from the hunger. So that is the reason of releasing this data country by that which country people are hungry, which country people are prosperous. Okay, GHI is intended to raise awareness and understanding of the struggle against hunger, provide a way to compare level of hunger between countries and regions, and call attention to the areas of the world where hunger level is highest and where the need for the additional effort to eliminate hunger is greater. So to help country to identify that your people are starved. Anyway, GHI calculation. There are four parameters against which they collect the data. One first parameter is called undernourishment. Under Undernourishment means people are not getting food or nutritious food they are not getting. So their body is undernourished. No, undernourishment. Under undernourishment, the share of the population whose caloric intake is insufficient. Share means percentage of the people in the country where the net calorie they are taking per day. I think 2,200 calorie someone must take every day. Now people are not getting that much. Then what is the percentage of people they are not getting the average level of the nourishment also? This is called percentage of people under nourishment. This is one factor. Another factor is called child stunting. Child stunting is the share of the children under the age of 5 who have a low weight for their age, reflecting chronic undernutrition. Under the age of 5, how many children are there? Among all those children who are under age of 5, their height is less than the average height of of that country or whatsoever for a healthy boy. Then that share of the children are called children stunting. One is called children wasting. Children wasting means the share of the children under the age of 5 who have low weight for their height, reflecting acute undernutrition. Their weight against the healthiest children in their country, their weight is less. One height is less, one weight is less. One people are not getting sufficient food as per the daily energy calorie need. And fourth point is children mortality. Means the share of children who die before their fifth birthday, reflecting in part the fatal mix of inadequate nutrition and unhealthy environment. What is the percentage of the children under 5? If under 5, 100 children are there in a country, how many children die before their fifth birthday? That is the percentage, that is the share comes under children mortality. So there are four factors to calculate GHI. One is undernourishment for every age, child stunting, Means height is less, child wasting, weight is less, and child mortality. How many child died before age of 5? Okay, okay. Now each four component indicators what we have given, they are they are first their standardized. Now for every country, their standard value is calculated first. What is a standard value? Okay, if I take any country, take country as India, then India has four factors. Undernourishment for all age factors, children stunting, children wasting, children mortality. These are the four factors. Now undernourishment, now they will take all the country in the world where undernourishment means how many percent of people they are getting lower, the lowest value, lowest calorie value a human should get every day. They are getting less than that. How much percentage? If I take 100 people in any country, among 100 people, how many people are undernourished? That is the percentage. Consider for any country, not India, any country, that is 80%. This is what example we have seen. Consider any country out of 100 people, 80 people are not getting enough food, enough calorie per day. Then 80% will come as a standard for the calculation for all the country. Okay. Now, if it is in India, 40% of the people in India they are undernourished, then it will be 40 by 80. India's undernourished percentage by the maximum undernourished percentage into 100, it will come as 50. Means 50% of the people in India are undernourishment, even though it is 40%. Actually, it is 40% of Indian are undernourishment, but the calculation will come at a standardized rate, and it will be what is the actual of India by what is the worst case country in the world into 100. Same way, it will be calculated for other three factors also: child stunting, child wasting, child mortality. Consider for God's sake, for God's sake. Consider any country, this is a very big thing we are talking. For any country, child mortality is, for God's sake, just say it is 10%. 10%. 10% of the children under 5, they die. 10%. Now, if I take India, and India has child mortality is only 2%, then it will calculate it at 2 by 10, because 10 is the maximum in the world. 2 by 10 into 100, that will come as 20%. Anyway, it is 20% only, I think so. So 2, hope 2 by 10 into 100, that will come, I'm sorry, 2 by 10, 1 by 5, 20. 20%. Now in up, worldwide it is 10%, in India 2%. 2 by 10, 1 by 5 into 100, 20%. It will be counted as 20%. If it is 10% in India also, for God's sake, it should be 0%. 10 by 10 into 100, it will come as 100%. If it is 0, then 0 by 10 into 100, 0%. This is how first they calculate the standard and standardized value against these four factors. That is undernourishment, child stunting, child wasting, and mortality against worst country in the world against these four sections, and then they calculate the standardized rate. Then they make in the final GHI calculation, they make sure that one third of its data, one third of its data will come from one third of its data will come from the standardized score are aggregated to calculate the GHI score for each country. Undernourishment and child mortality. Undernourishment will be in total GHI. Undernourishment, whatever is the percentage we are saying, that will contribute one third of the result. Child mortality will contribute one third of the result. Two third of the GHI score will be overweighted by undernourishment and child mortality only. And last one third will come from the child stunting and child wasting, means 1/6, 1/6. One third, one third, 1/6, 1/6. These are the four factors weightage that will be taken to calculate the final GHI. I believe it is all right, understandable. So out of now someone can calculate anyway. Now, like for example, in 2025, 136 countries are being taken into consideration, out of which 13 countries they do not have data, sufficient data. So only 123 countries came into the calculation. In that calculation, India is at 102 with GHI score as 25.8%. In 25.8%, means 25.8% of the Indians are are in problem. Okay, we say 50% of Indians they do not have two times food. Means if you have one time food also it is all right. Means this much pathetic is the condition of worldwide. 25.8% is the GHI index of India. Means 25.8% of the people in India they have problem in four factors: undernourishment, child stunting, child wasting, and child mortality. Where undernourishment and child mortality contribute 2 by third of this, and child stunting and child wasting contribute to last 1 by third. So maximum data what we see 25.8%, it has weighted maximum from undernourishment and child mortality, and only one third comes from the rest two data. First two data that I believe that was the last one and first one: undernourishment, child stunting, child wasting, and child mortality. So child undernourishment share 1 by third, child mortality share 1 by third, child stunting share 1 by 6, and child wasting share 1 by 6. People are good in mathematics. They can calculate and something like that. Anyway, now if I talk about 25.8 is the GHI score of India, then there is a breakup of that. 12.0% comes in undernourishment, means 12.12% people in India they are undernourished as per the good news for Indian government. 32.9% of the children under 5 they have child stunting, means their height is less. 18.7% of children in India under 5 their weight is less, and 2.8% of children under 5 in India they die before fifth birthday. Now, if I say 12%, 32.9%, 18.7%, 2.8%. To 2.8%, it's weighted as 1 by third, and 12.0% undernourishment weighted as 1 by third, and then 32.9% for the child stunting weighted as 1 by 6, and 18.7 as 1 by 6, then it computes to 25.8. I believe the calculation it would be 12.12 into 1 by 3 plus 2.8 into 1 by 3 plus 32.9 by something like that. Okay, something like that. 32.9 by 6 and 18.7 by 6, something like that. If someone computes, it will come at 25.8. Means if out of 100 people in India, 12 are starving, and among 100 children in India, 32.9 they have less weight, less height. Among 100 children under 5 age, 18.7 are of less weight, 32.9 has less height, and 2.8 die before fifth birthday. Then, if I take the weightage of 1 by 3, 1 by 6, 1 by 6, and 1 by 3 again, it will come as 25.8% people in India are in trouble and are in problem that is under serious condition. Means only 12% people are starving. If I am saying 50% people are starving, means their level, world level, if they come, because the net data come at a standardized rate. Standardized means the what is the condition of the worst country in the world. What is the condition of the worst country in the world? Means worst country in the world has condition even worse than India, even worse. With their standard, India is coming as 12% starving, whereas actual truth is 50% of the people they have one time food only. Means the poorest country in the world they do not have one time food also. In that comparison, India is 12% only. Means think about the countries whose condition is much more pathetic than India. We say India is very bad, India is very bad in nourishment. There are countries they do not get one time food in a day, or if they get also, then calorie value is very less. This is the condition of world now. Anyway, this is how it is.